live now on Facebook, and then let me go ahead and get started. So let's see. Building a personal brand. Goal is to get to 10K. Organic methods seem to take a bit of time and legwork. Yeah, for sure. So if you use just organic methods, for Instagram, it's going to take a long time, obviously. So what we're going to do is well, I'll share with you, some things that we do for clients, like what people have had success with, and then Harmony spreading the gospel, which is awesome. And it seems as a lot of people that I follow don't really want that. So yeah, I mean, everything you do, you can't like please everyone, right? You're gonna have like people were posting about Trump and Biden. It seems like Biden won this election, but it's you're not going to be able to please everyone with your social media and what you're about and your personal brand. It's if you try to please everyone, you're not going to please anybody. So just that's something to note as well. So let's go ahead and get started, and then yeah, I'm going to share my screen then right now. Let's see. And there will be times when you guys can interact, like I said in the chat. And so we'll go ahead and do that. Let me see. Chat. Cool. So you guys can see and hear it fine, right? I think I also need to have record on this computer. I also have to have an option for what's it called? Sharing the voice on the computer. So let me go ahead and do that before starting everything. It's not here. It's here. It's computer. Sure. Share computer sound. Cool. So share computer sound. Cool. So yeah, we'll go ahead. Hey Jennifer, if you could just everyone can just mute themselves and I'll go ahead and start. So yeah, like I said, you guys will learn how to build your personal brand, like what I've done to build mine to 90K, some things I've taught in Tai Lopez's program, and also just some ways that you could grow your presence online, even if, I mean, it's mainly for personal brands, but it would work for any entrepreneur trying to use social media. So let me go ahead and get that started. So I'm gonna click play. There's no do you guys know by chance how to co-host or no? It's not really, right? Cool.
Yeah, you click on the three little buttons on the top of the screen of the person you want to co-host.
So I click the top three. Oh, okay. On top of someone who wants to co-host. But isn't it just says make host? It's not co-host. Is that fine?
Who are you trying to make host?
I want well, just someone who could kind of let people in as they come in. I think if Harmony, are you able to do that?
I could do that.
Okay, so can I just make? Is it just host then, or there's no?
There should be a co-host. Just make sure that you're able to still share your screen. So make sure your settings are set that way.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see. I'll just see if Harmony. I'll make you the host. So Harmony is the host now, and then, okay, cool. Let me go ahead and get started. And then so as people come in, Harmony, just the main thing is just to like confirm, let them in. Okay.
Okay.
And then yeah, let's get started. Cool. So this is webinar on how to quickly grow your Instagram and get clients using social media. And this is a picture of me with teaching in Tai Lopez's studio. I haven't met him personally, but I've met his team, and they wanted me to come teach. And what you're gonna learn is from this webinar is how to build a personal brand online so you could stand out from your competitors to attract your ideal clients and followers, so you can increase your income, impact, and influence online without having to spend tens of thousands of dollars and countless years trying to figure it out on your own. And I've spent over 5 years, doing Instagram. So that's, and grown over 1 million followers. So that's kind of my background. At the end of this webinar, you're going to learn how to create a vision for your Instagram page. You're going to learn how to increase engagement on your posts. And you're going to understand some of the insider secrets and tricks that influencers use to grow their following quickly. And if you stay till the end, you'll get a free ebook that I made on the 5 secrets to personal branding. And I want to share with you guys a story. This is Roger Bannister. I don't know if you guys have heard. He ran the 4-minute mile, and basically nobody thought that he could beat they could beat that record of running a mile in 4 minutes. But once he did, a lot of others started to as well. And basically, this is the example that, if I could do it, you could do it too. And for me, I was someone who didn't have a following. I didn't know any entrepreneurs. My dad's a dentist and my mom does like herbal medicine, but no one in my family really was an entrepreneur except my mom's dad, my grandpa, who built a company in Korea. But basically, I'm here to tell you that if I could do something like build, 90,000 followers, and you can too. Obviously, it's not easy, and it's not gonna it takes some knowledge and a process, but it's possible for you. And I'm gonna share with you today the strategies on how to do that. Um so yeah, if you guys are excited to learn, just type in the chat like, yeah, I'm excited, I want to learn. Maybe some things that to kind of show me that you're interacting with me. I'm gonna have you guys interact with me in the chat throughout this webinar as well. So yeah, so who am I? So I'm just I was a student with a human bio degree at a private Christian school called Biola University. I grew up in Brea, California, but I was born in Sacramento, and my parents came from Korea. For studying. My dad came to study to become a dentist, and so that's a bit of my background. This is a picture of me at university without any idea what I wanted to do with my life, and I'm still figuring that out today, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are. And so, this is my podcast. So since 5 years ago, like I said, I didn't have anything, no network, no influence, like nobody I really knew. But through my podcast, I've interviewed and worked with a lot of high level influencers and entrepreneurs who have used social media successfully to build their brand and business. And these are kind of some of the people that I've interviewed. If you haven't heard it, this is Cole Hatter, who has sold millions of dollars on stage. He's a real estate investor and philanthropist who survived 2 car accidents, and he started the Thrive Entrepreneur Conference. And so I kind of want to give a little story about this too, because people don't realize that he almost lost his life, but because and two of his, like, he was in an accident, the first one, and then he survived, and a friend, and then he went through major depression. He started taking a lot of pills and almost wanted to kill himself, and he but he didn't. And then there was another accident where basically his friend, they were in motor crossing, and then they were jumping off of one of the hills, and then his friend, actually there was like a huge hole, and this sounds like surreal, but there's a huge gap, dirt, and he didn't make it, and uh he basically died from that incident. And then Cole Hatter was holding onto the ledge, and then firemen, police came and rescued him, and so that sent him spiraling down another deep depression. And then he actually made this conference Thrive to commemorate them and to make sure that their lives matter. And now he's teaching other entrepreneurs how to make money matter. So you guys should definitely follow him, Cole Hatter. He's a great entrepreneur, and he also helps a lot of people to um, to build a business that matters. So he's a really awesome guy to follow. Um, and Randall Page. So this is an entrepreneur who he was selling T-shirts from his car as a personal trainer, and then he built a multi-million-dollar international fitness apparel company called Live Fit. If you guys don't follow him as well, you guys should check him out. He's one of the first entrepreneurs that I've interviewed on my podcast, and basically he started from scratch in Long Beach. He just started selling T-shirts from his car. I mean, he was a personal trainer, but then his business launched very humbly like that, and then he used Instagram and social media to really propel his brands forward. This is his Live Fit fitness apparel company. So yeah, they sell, they're international. If you guys haven't seen them on, like, in the gym, like people wearing his clothing, Live Fit, they're really international now and everywhere with their clothing brand. So he has a really cool story you could check out on my podcast as well if you want to learn more about Randall. Um, and this is Joel Brown, who he's the founder of Addicted to Success, the number one motivation website in the world. And he used to catch kangaroos in Australia, but he was mentored by Jordan Belfort, who's known as the Wolf of Wall Street. And I was able to connect with Joel when he came out to LA for a meetup. I was part of his inner circle, And you know, he's been able to help a lot of entrepreneurs build influence online, just like I'm, you know, teaching people now. And this is his Instagram page, Addicted to Success, where he has, you know, it's the largest motivation website online right now. And so you guys should definitely check him out, follow him, and you can learn a lot as well with from Joel. And so, you know, after interviewing, and so you guys can take a picture of this. Let me know if you could take a picture. You could see my podcast and subscribe. Check it out for free. Let me know if it works. So go ahead and get your phones out. Try to scan this, and then see if it pops up. And then once it does, just write in the chat, you know, subscribed. You know, once you subscribe, or just it works. You know, in the chat. So I see that it's working. So go ahead and try that out. Let me know if it's working on your phone. Um, I think you just go on your camera and you just point at it, and then there should be a QR code. So yeah, let me know if that works. I just want to check real quick. Oh, you're on your phone. You can't do it. Maybe Harmony or Nora. Maybe you guys can do that, or Colin. Try that out.
Mine worked.
Yours worked. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yours worked.
Mhm.
Colin, did you try it? Everyone else in the chat.
It works.
It works. Cool, cool. So yeah, if you guys can go ahead, subscribe, you could listen to some of those interviews, and yeah. And so these are some of the accounts that I've personally grown. This is a tattoo account. I grew to over 900K. This is my personal, I grew over to 90K. And so you see that I don't have as many posts, but that's because I used to go viral a lot. And then I also use my network of accounts to shout me out and to help me grow. And so some people have like thousands of posts, but you know, they don't have, you know, 10,000 followers, for example. And that's because they don't know some of the strategies and methods that I'm going to be teaching you, that what I've used to grow my following. And like I said, I've taught in Ty Lopez's social media agency program. I'm sure a lot of you guys know Ty. And I shared some tools and resources to use for Instagram. So I was in the bonus section. So that was yeah, where I got featured. And then I also got featured on a couple, you know, online articles like Future Sharks, Yahoo Finance. And these are things that I'm gonna be well, at the end, you'll see that you're gonna have a chance to also be featured. And a lot of people think, man, like how do I get featured on these things? A lot of it is connections and the people you know. And so that's you know, that's how people get featured on things like this, or through reaching out to people that they know. So, you know, I'm sharing this to share with you. If I could do it, you can do it too. This is me falling asleep trying to study for classes. So I was never that into school, and I didn't find my passion in that, even though I got you know, 2240 on my SATs because I actually studied a lot for it. You know, I never knew what it was I wanted to do with my life, so I actually went online and then started learning how do I make money online, and that's how I got into building websites. That's how I got into social media. But I really didn't know, you know, what I want to do. I just knew I wanted to do something big, like make an impact, and also just make money online, because instead of having to go to job, this is my roommate at the time, you know, playing with me when I was asleep. And so you guys are in the right place if you want to get more clients using social media. You want to build an influence online and get heard and noticed, and you want to stand out from the competition. You're also in the right place if you want to build your income, influence, and impact online, and you want to learn the latest social media hacks and tricks to grow your brand online. And I want to share with you guys this quote, because this quote was really impactful for me. And this is also why I kind of left to do online, you know, online business and trying to figure out my own path in life. Because like Steve Jobs says, your work is going to fill a large part of your life. The only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. And so that was really like me. You know, I kept looking for what I wanted to do. I was a human bio major, but I never found passion in that. And when I thought about, you know, just going to work to study something I don't love, to, you know, for a paycheck and getting into debt, that didn't make sense. So I was like, how do I make money online? And right now with the pandemic, this is the perfect time to be doing that. And so I'm going to be sharing with you guys some ways that I was able to do that. Some problems to be solved is, how do I get people to notice and follow me? You know, how do I create engaging viral posts for people to see? How do I get more engagement on my posts? And how can I grow my following with real followers? And how do I use social media to grow my business and attract my ideal clients? And what happens if you don't fix these problems? You're going to stay stagnant on social media without growing your followers or income. You will not get your voice or message heard. You're going to be left behind the competition, growing ahead of you on Instagram. You're not going to be able to impact the lives and leave the legacy that you want. And you won't have the influence, impact, and income you desire using the best form of free marketing, which is social media. These are some social media stats, that I found online. So, 90.4% of millennials are on social media, 77.5% of Gen X are on social media, 48.2% of baby boomers are on social media, and the numbers are only growing. And how does your company benefit from using social media? This is a survey that was done. 66.7% said they had better communication with customers. 24.5% increased customer satisfaction. So you can really see from these stats that, man, social media is really affecting my business and my company, and people are realizing that now. And that's probably why you guys are here wanting to learn, because who doesn't want to use it to grow their business, online, especially in a time like this when people can't meet face to face, and you guys are, on this call, with me via Zoom, right? And so, this is only going to grow bigger, this online business, online education. And so how important is social media to your overall marketing strategy? 58.8% said very important, 30.5% said somewhat important, and the rest thought it was uncertain or not important. And for those people, either they don't know the power of social media or they don't know what's possible with it. And so, those of you guys on here are at least aware of the current trends. And this was 2019, right? And 2020, I'm sure the stats are a lot higher. And so as of 2020, 79% of Americans have a social media profile. And so that's like, every out of every 10 people, 8 of them have a social media profile. I'm sure not a lot of them know how to use it that well, but most people are on social media, and that's why it's important to learn how to use it as well. And so I want to ask you guys, like, are you all in about learning about social media? Are you guys here just to dabble, or are you really serious and committed to learning how to use Instagram and social media for your business? So if you are, I want you to type all in the chat. I want you to give some interaction. I think Connor, you were annotating. Let me see. Disable. So let's see. It's all in. Okay, cool. If people are in, let me see. I get out of this chat. Trying to. Cool. I gotta erase this. I think Connor made this too. Let me annotate. Sorry, let me just erase this real quick. And then let me go here. I think Connor he clicked something on accident, and so I'm trying to fix this right now. Trying to get out of this now. So this is in and out. This is an example. I mean, if you guys are veggie eaters, obviously you might pick the left one. What would you guys pick? Would you pick the left one or the right one? Just like type in the chat. Would you pick the left one or the right one? You could just write that in the chat. You'd pick the left one. Adrian's like, I'd pick the left one. And so that's just an example. Maybe I could have had a better example. So how about this one? How about this one? Which one would you want to be? The guy running away from his wife, or the one on the right where they have a happy family? So this is an example of going all in, right? And so I thought this is funny, but which one would you guys pick? And some people might want to be single, so it's not a bad thing, but I mean, that's a lot of girls. Yeah, that's a lot of girls. So that's a big family. So you're gonna need money to, provide for a family, right? So that's why you guys are here. And so I want you guys to repeat after me, right? No dabblers, and that you're going to commit. So once I learn how important it is to build my personal brand, I'll commit to building my personal brand to increase my income, impact and influence, and leave a legacy in this world. So I want you guys to just write I commit, or just say this out loud. You don't have to say it. You can mute yourself and say it, but just after you say that, just write I commit in the chat so I know you guys are following along. And then I want you to ask yourself, why did you join this webinar? Like, why do you want to build your personal brand? Why are you spending this hour and a half, with me to learn this, right? And so if you're not committed, then you could just stop here and not, not continue. But if you're committed, and once I get everyone to write, I commit in the chat, then I'll go on. I'll move forward because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. So you want to commit. So you guys commit, cool. So if you guys commit, yeah, everyone who committed, just write in the chat. If you're not committed, you can just leave this webinar now because there's no point in you wasting more of your time here. So cool. So I want to tell you, this is my story. So in 2016, I graduated 2014 from college from Biola University. It's a private Christian school. And then, I always felt like I wanted to do more with my life. I didn't think that the medical route was for me. And not because I don't like that. It's just I wanted to do something big with my life. I just didn't know what it was. And I thought it wouldn't be fulfilled by just going like the traditional route. And so, a lot of that happened. My parents also, I mean, they had a divorce in high school, and that also affected me to kind of, you know, find my own path in life. And also I had student debt and depression. I had social anxiety. I used to work at my school cafe making burritos, and I tutored high schoolers math. And at that time, like I said, I had no followers, no network, no valuable skills. And so I'm telling you, if I could do this and build an influence, then you can too. And I'm going to show you how. And back then, I'm interviewing these influencers, people with millions of followers and CEOs, but like, this is an Asian kid didn't who didn't have that confidence to be even talk in groups. Like my my teacher said to stop saying, in it was, I think it was elementary school, and she said to stop saying right. And so that's something I'm still working on, my communication. But after she said that, I still said so for someone like me to achieve what I've done today, it shows you that you could do it too, right? And that's why I'm sharing that with you. And I also had a heart for community work. So at Biola, I had a heart to serve. I served in a Honduras mission trip, and we built water systems for the village there. And so, I always had a heart to serve the less fortunate with less opportunities. And so that's always been a core value of mine. And so this is a picture of me, like with, with everyone that we helped build this water, system with. If you guys can find me, let me know in the chat. You can find that one Asian guy in this, in this picture. It's kind of like, where's Waldo? Let me know if you kids see it. Just curious if you guys can spot me. If you guys can't spot me, I'll show you. But let me. Oops. I should probably do like a whoever can first spot. I think Adrian, can you spot me where I'm at? Where am I? I'm in the middle or the top, or shoot, let me see. So I'm right in the middle, like in the middle left of the picture. There's also another Asian girl, but we're like the only Asians part of this trip. But yeah, they're really happy they had a water system because they didn't have clean water. And this was funded from uh Biola. We all had to fundraise ourselves to go on this trip or raise our own money. And also, I had an experience at Skid Row, serving people through church, things like that. And this is Christmas time. Though our parents got divorced, me and my siblings, we still tried to maintain what a stable family would feel like, and that's at least what my heart was. And so my brother Isaac was the one who wanted to decorate Christmas and celebrate it, because back then we never used to have Christmas trees, and some people might say like, "Oh, that's not of God, like that's like an idol, whatever." But we just wanted to celebrate as a family and know what that felt like, and so that's we try our best to stay together. I know most families. I mean, there's a lot of divorced families now, but it's that's that's sad because that should be the most stable unit that you can go to, but a lot of times that's not the case. And so that's what I went through. And graduation, I had a dilemma of deciding what I wanted to do with my future. Should I go to medical school or should I keep building social media profiles? Because at that time I built a motivation account, and I was growing pretty rapidly, but I wasn't really making money. I was just trying to learn how to do shout outs, and I was living off of my savings at that time. And then I got into building websites and then into social media. And this is a picture of my family who all came to celebrate. And so why I got into social media was I wanted to learn skills to help me build an influence and monetize. I wanted to spread a positive, uplifting content, and I wanted to create time and location freedom by working from the internet, right? And so there's this quote: "Not everyone great is famous, and not everyone famous is great." And I wanted to change that because I saw that there's a lot of people who have influence online, but they don't have a good heart, or they don't have the best intentions, right? And so, it's like, how much better would it be if people who had good intentions and a good heart and a good message to help people can get that fame, instead of people who are just like promoting things like stealing, or things like things that aren't really helping people, but yet they still seem to have a lot of followers. So, I was like, man, that sucks. Like, people who deserve the influence should have the influence, rather than people who don't really deserve that influence because they're not doing anything good with it. So I want you to ask yourself, why do you want to build an influence? Is it just for more income, clout, to boost your ego? Do you have a deeper why to keep going when things get tough? Like, what's your mission, your vision, and your purpose that social media can help you with? And I want you guys to kind of type that in the chat. Like, what is your mission? Like, what's your vision? Like, what's that purpose you want to use social media for? Because if you don't have a strong enough mission and a vision, then you're gonna give up. Things are not gonna be easy, especially with social media. It's a long-term game. I think Gary Vee says patience, right? And so if you're not patient with this, I spent over 5 years, right? And I've grown to 90,000 followers and built over 1 million followers. But if you're not willing to do this for the long term, and obviously social media is not going anywhere, then then you you're really not going to win in this game, because people are more committed than you will be the one to win. So I want you to kind of share your mission, your vision. um I want to be the person behind my brand, okay? So that's good, but like, what is that mission and vision that you want to accomplish through your brand, right? That's the question. um and so if you guys can type in, GR, building many online businesses. Yeah, so it starts with one, right? It starts with your, what do you call it, your music that I know you're doing. So could and if you guys are not on the webinar, you could type probably in the comments on Facebook. And so you have three now. Oh, okay, that's awesome. So yeah, what, like, share like what your mission is with your business, because everyone here should at least have some sort of business. What is, and I know, Naru, you want to be your brand is about creating like consciousness, right? Like awareness and things like that. So let me know like what that mission is, what you want to do with conscious conscious branding, because you're more than just a clothing brand. You want to create like a consciousness, like increase people's consciousness and things like that. So um gain clients, trust, brand ourselves, artist, clothing, agency, label. So yeah, I mean, JR, I'm asking you, like, what's your mission with your music? Like, what do you want to do with your music? Do you want to help people, believe in themselves? Do you want to help people, you know, just create more dance music? Like, what is that mission? And so Nora, to show female entrepreneurs how to become financially free and independent, so that they have time and space to dive into their purpose and heal. Yeah, so that's a mission. That's a mission vision statement. If you guys don't have that, we could definitely work on that. But um, I think I need a more clear focus what I want to accomplish to my social media besides growing followers. Yeah, because a lot of times people are just like, I just want to grow followers. And it's like, why? Like, why do you want, like, why do you deserve the following? Like, what do you want to use it for? Right. And so that's what your mission and vision should be. I want to bring recognition to the military community through developing products and creating media that shares the human story that is often overlooked, in a nutshell. So that's a cool mission. That's a cool vision. You want to help people in the military create media that shares story and kind of humanizes them again, because I know during wartime they could almost become like desensitized to a lot of things. So that's really cool. So yeah, so if you don't have a vision, and I would definitely create that. My vision is to create good influencers who will, create good content and influence the world for good. That's a pretty, simple vision. But some of the doubts and fears you might have are, what if I don't know what to post? What if nobody cares or watches? Why would anyone follow me? Right? How can I stand out in this competitive market? Am I too late to the game? And will my voice even be heard? Right? And these are all the things that you guys are probably thinking, because you are not sure of, and most cases of how we take social media with a ton of followers and monetize it. Cool. So Adrian's interested in the monetizing part, which you could definitely do once you have a following. And so, yeah, am I too late to the game, or will my voice even be heard? These are like the doubts and fears. And so I had the same doubts and fears, right? But I took a risk and knew I had a bigger mission. And so you got to ask yourself, is your why big enough to push through the doubts and the fears? And how long have your doubts and fears been holding you back? And so this is a story of an elephant who was tied down to, this is like a baby elephant tied to a pole, and then it grew to be a big elephant. And obviously, if the elephant wanted to break free, he could just break free from it as soon as he wanted. But this is kind of a reflection of how we are, where like you're big enough to create a big movement and to start something huge. But how long have you let your doubts and your fears hold you back from creating content, from putting yourself out there, from hosting your webinars, from really just sharing? And maybe you are sharing your content, but you're just not getting the views and the exposure that you want, right? And so that's what this webinar is for. So yeah, I want to ask you guys again, like, what is your why? Like, what is your mission? And what is your purpose? Because, and how can social media be used to do that? Because if you don't have that, then like I said, you could be in the game for gaining followers and to making money, but over time it's just going to be like, why am I doing all this in the first place, right? And obviously, yeah, make money, build an influence, but what's that why? What's that mission that can keep you going when things get rough? And you guys can kind of type that again in the chat as they come up. And so for me, my why was to give people hope that they can be successful if they heard other people having success. That's why I started my podcast, to be an example for my family, those around me, and to make a living using the internet with time, location, and financial freedom, and to share my voice and message with the world. And so, if that's you, and you answered yes, then here's secret one to, and that's identifying your vision. So you need to attract the right followers to your page. You need to identify the vision you have for your Instagram page. Who do you want to be known as online? Do you want to be known as like the fitness coach who people can go to for advice? Do you want to be known as, the Instagram guy where you could share advice? What knowledge, talents, or gifts do you have that you can share with others online? Because you gotta think, even if you use these growth strategies to grow, what's going to make them keep following you and consuming your content? What is the content that you're going to provide that makes them want to still be your follower? And that's what you got to ask yourself. And one way that you can identify your vision is your bio. So, you can use your bio as a way for people to know who you are, what you have to offer, how people can identify you. So this is Nicholas Bailey, client and friend of mine who I've helped grow to 70K. And so, a good template is using like an emoji, a short statement of your company, maybe a podcast, maybe a feature, and then a free lead magnet pointing to your bio. And then your bio should attract your ideal audience. So for me, I have my bio, and just the emoji is just there to kind of give people like a visual, and then it gives them something to look at. And then obviously it relates to what I'm doing. The mic is like I'm a podcast host. I'm featured on Yahoo Finance, and I've taught with Ty Lopez, and an IG growth hacker. That's kind of in a nutshell what I do. So for you, you might want to change up your bio and see what you could do, like use this as a template for your bio. And so, with your bio, that's your vision. Then there's also content, right? You need to create unique and interesting content. You want to create conversations around your posts, and you also want to share your expertise and talents for people to get to know you better and your skills. And your post should center around the vision of who you want to be known for online, instead of it being all about you. Because I see a lot of people on Instagram and they just keep posting like selfies all day, And then yeah, like sure, if you're like this, like Miss Universe, and like that's all you want to be known for are your looks, then okay, then that's what you should post. But if you want to be known for like your knowledge, some things that you could teach, things that are educational, informational, humorous, like even my things I'm on Ray on my personal, they're most of them are actually not even about selfies of me. They're actually things that I've done and things that I've done to help people and share my knowledge with people, which is Instagram and podcasting. And so for you, it doesn't have to always be like selfies. People think like, oh man, I have to take selfies all the time if I want to be on Instagram. That's not true, because you don't always have to do that to get people's attention. And also, but you don't want to also just repost just random stuff all the time. You want it to be relevant. And you want to provide value with each post, right? A good Instagram page will have a variety of different types of content, and don't be stuck to just one type of content, but play around with it and see what works. So these are kind of examples of good content. These are some people that I've helped and clients of mine. And so, there's a 3 column pattern strategy, which is like every column is a consistent theme. And so for Chris and Eric, they did 1 column images, 1 column quotes, and 1 column just their videos, right? And then what Nick did was, they kind of changed it. They did their graphics, they did viral posts, and they also did, pictures of himself. Back then, Nick used to just post selfies and just things of himself, and that wasn't what got engagement and eyeballs. What got engagement was doing these graphics and like viral videos that also got him more exposure. And no need for perfection, just post, test, and repeat. You don't have to have a perfect looking feed, but just make sure to provide value with every post. And you can always archive and delete the posts that don't do well. And what is your vision for the world, and does that show through your social media? So I'll tell you a little bit about Nick's story. So back when I first met Nick, he was kind of confused on what to do on Instagram. He would just post, like I said on the before, it would just be pictures of himself, which isn't bad. But then, I told him, hey, Nick, like you need to see that there's a lot of people on Instagram, right? There's a lot of people's content that you're scrolling through every single day, and you got to have something that catches their eye and their attention. And so I told him, you got to repost viral content. You also have to, have graphics that catch your eye so that people can see that, and that they could stop and see that it's value giving, right? On the before, there's not much value giving posts. It's just all about himself. On after, 5 rules of money. You see that and you're like, oh wow, that's interesting. I want to learn that, right? So whatever knowledge you have, you can make that into a post like that. And then also viral content, right? Day one of being a CEO versus day 100. That's Michael McConaughey. And so they've learned to see how to think about Instagram in a way where it could be viral and engaging, but also personal, where you see a picture of him with Russell Brunson and his book and things like that, right? And so that's just what it takes. And if your profile looks like the one on the before, I could help you make it look like the one on the after, like I'm saying. And secret number 2 is increase engagement. What's the secret to increasing your engagement? It's creating viral, interesting posts that will generate comments and reactions. I know Gary Vee says post like 10,000 times a day. That's not realistic. And also, if you're not posting content that's going to get people to react and comment, then that's like a waste of your time and your post. If you're not getting people to engage, then what's the point of posting? You're just kind of posting to just a very few people, and it's not reaching the people that you want. Also, call to actions, get people to comment on your post, and you want to ask yourself, if this page wasn't my page, would I want to follow it? And so your page should offer a variety of content, not just selfies, like I said, things that give value and can tell people, hey, this is why you should listen to me and follow me, because look at all this valuable stuff I'm sharing on my Instagram. So for me, like I have like Instagram tips and tools like podcasts, things like that. And these are examples of viral content. And the stark contrast of the 2 women is eye-catching, led to 2,000 likes, over 160 comments. um, Posts that make you choose are great for comments and can help increase your reach and engagement, like the one in the middle where Nick says choose a watch that you want to use. And then the repost on my page I did of it's a repost from Goldcast, but it got over 740,000 views and over 600 comments. And you're just playing off the trends of what's currently going on with that, and so that helped get a lot of engagement. So you want to think about your niche, right? Use hashtags to find top posts, which ones do the best, emulate or repost those types of content onto your page. And ask yourself, what knowledge, skills, and gifts do you have to offer that you could share on social media, right? And so it shouldn't just be all selfies. Like I said, it could be videos of you talking, giving value, sharing with people what it is that you want. And also build engagement groups. You could build this as a strategy where you could like and comment on each other's posts. There's also underground Telegram groups where you can get more likes and comments. And these groups you only have access to if you are plugged into the right networks or if you have like a large account. And so that's how I got into those networks. You also want to utilize hashtags and geolocation. So instead of using just one hashtag like fitness, you could use double worded hashtag like fitness trainer, and also use geolocation to help increase the chances of your post getting seen by more people. So this is a hashtag strategy on the bottom. Basically, if you're seeing, I'll share it with you guys real quick. So if you see 1 to 5, so if you're getting on average like 0 to 500 likes, then you want to find a post, a hashtag that's getting a post count of only around 1 to 5,000, right? And so I'll give you guys an example what that looks like. So success. This is so I look for a hashtag, right? Success, but they have 65 million posts. That's way too many, right? So if I'm getting only 0 to 500 likes, on like no one's gonna see my post, if I use a hashtag. So I'd rather look for successful. So I use a double worded hashtag that narrows it down a lot. And so that's at 100,000, right? And so I would scroll down this success life coast. It's got 2,000 posts, and so that matches up with the strategy of if I get 1 to 5,000 post counts for the hashtag, use 4 of those hashtags. So if I'm getting 0 to 500 likes, and this one is getting 2,000, this is around that 1 to 5,000 post count. I could use this, and then I would use 4 hashtags similar to that, and that would get me more reach and engagement on my page. And so based on how many likes you get, you could follow this strategy and kind of use that method. So if that's something that you're wanting to implement, if you try that. And JR is saying using a hashtag that has, I'll do Q&As after, but yeah, I'm down to kind of take it right now. Let me see. Wouldn't that be hard to find some? Yeah, and so yeah, Jennifer, you said if wouldn't it be harder to find since people are not looking for it? I would say it's yes and no. A lot of times people do search for those hashtags. They just don't have many uses. So those are what I call like golden hashtags, because those are the ones people are looking for, but not many people know to use it. And so, and you could kind of look like, are many people using it or not? If you kind of go, well, yeah. So basically, you could like people still search for that and you'll be more likely to see it. And when people see that, they're since it's not as popular, they're gonna see your post. And I get, you're thinking that, hey, will people see it because it's not a popular hashtag? Yeah, people will. And especially, you could try using just success and seeing how if people will see that. I'm pretty sure like no one's gonna see that because so many people are using that and it's being saturated. But people who look at like success life quotes, for example, they're gonna see that because they're gonna look through different success hashtags, and yours is gonna be the one that shows up. And also, your the more hashtags that you use in your niche, the more Instagram's gonna categorize your account as that kind of account. So if you use more success quote like success hashtags, Instagram's gonna profile and rank your page as a success type of account. And so if you're near the top post for that, then they're gonna be able to see that and work with you on that. And I mean, I think let me see if you got another question. I did not know that. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. This is and if you guys are getting value, just write, yeah, loving this in the chat. Just say think like love this. Just interact in the chat. Say, keep it up. Keep it up. If you guys are learning and this is something that you're gonna implement, just say like, yeah, I'm gonna implement or something like that in the chat. So this is the art of going viral. This is another thing that I want to share with you guys. So, um, let's see. Oops. Go back. So this is an article going viral. This is like the post that I showed you that got like 700,000 views on my profile and like 600 comments. And these are the insights, right? 97% of people were following me. And that's good, right? That's cool because I'm getting more exposure. People are seeing my page. But the thing is, back then when I used to go viral and I got like millions of views, I would gain like thousands of followers. But now, even when I get like a viral post like this, I don't even get 1,000 followers. Maybe 500 or less. But that just goes to show you how much like Instagram's limiting your reach because they want you to pay to play to get your post seen. But things like growth, you can't do that even if you pay Instagram. You got to use like networks, which I'm going to be telling you about um, in the next couple slides. So this is another post, it requires viral content plus engagement boost, right? Just because you post a viral piece of content doesn't mean it's gonna go viral. You gotta have people liking, engaging with it. You gotta use the right hashtags. And 55% were following me. I don't know how many people follow me from this, but it got a lot of shares, got a lot of bookmarks. So you could see that as well that that people are seeing it, but they're not really following all the time. But it's at least getting more exposure and people are getting to know you. And people on Instagram, on social media will notice you as you are growing and you are posting these viral content. And Gary Vee says attention is where everything's at, and that's what I'm able to do and help people with. Secret number three is giveaways and shout outs. So the algorithm made organic growth nearly impossible. The only way to grow are from giveaways or shout outs. And shout outs are when you get featured on other accounts. Without a network boosting you and growing you, it's like nearly impossible to grow now organically. And so, what is a network? So, a network is a group of pages that shout you out either using your content or their own content so that you can grow followers. And a network can consist of pages in just one niche or a variety of niches. So, I have a network of business motivation accounts that I can grow entrepreneurs with, as well as meme, gaming, and generic theme pages that I can grow real US followers with. Um, and so, without a network, it's really hard to grow even if you post because you're not having people engage with you and you're not having people shout you out, right? And so what is a shout out? A shout out, like I said, is when an account posts a piece of content that features you, like either on their caption, their posts, their stories. You could DM or email pages asking for their shout out prices, which can last for several hours or permanently on their page. And cost of shout outs vary, but like 100,000 page can charge like 30 to 60 bucks for maybe like a 12 or 24-hour shout out, whereas a 1 mil page can charge 100 plus per post. And obviously that sounds kind of cheap, but these are 1 mil pages that are theme pages, like influencer pages, like personal influencer pages. They charge a lot more. But yeah, this is basically what how the rates kind of go. And you could do this right yourself, create like a list of accounts, but that might take forever as opposed to tapping into a network that is already there. And utilizing that network. But a lot of people don't know about these networks because they don't know where to find them. Whereas, if you know someone like me who has a network of accounts that could grow you, then that's someone you could work with, right? And so a lot of different agencies, they don't even have these networks because they don't have large accounts, and they also don't they don't form shout out networks to grow accounts, which is what we've done. And so and not all shout outs guarantee followers. The content and copy must be written well and your page must look good. So this is a shout out example we did for Nicholas Barely, the carpet cleaner to seven-figure entrepreneur. He was a broke carpet cleaner. Since investing in mentors and masterminds, he's created a seven-figure business. And now he's on a mission to empowerment to become 3D, prospering in health, wealth, relationships. And so this is the caption and picture that we used. What was funny was he actually gained around like 2,000 followers, but they kind of got lost as well. And so like the reason is you can't control people following you. It either might have come down to the content. So if you just pay per shout out, it's not guaranteed that the followers will stay as well, unless if you have like a network shouting you out and promising you like a certain amount of growth each month, and then you could keep growing. So these are other shout outs example. These guys, we were able to gain them. Chris and Eric like 5,000 followers using entrepreneur accounts, so that was really cool. So we use multiple sets. It's not just one set we use a lot of different types of posts, and because of that, they were able to get more reach on their posts and get more followers. and type yes to affirm. That's part of that's a strategy we use to get people to comment, and that's what helps them to get more reach on their account. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, so target niche growth. So for target niche growth, you could search for hashtags and leaders in your niche, like, follow, and comment. And obviously, automation is dead, but you can manually do this using a VA or even our team who can manage it for you. And our team also does this targeted niche growth for people who want like more of a targeted following, but don't want to do it themselves. So, what would life look like, right? What would life look like, if you guys were able to learn how to use Instagram properly for your business? If you're able to build a strong personal brand online, what would that do for your business and for your life? And you guys can type that in the chat. And if you're able to attract ideal clients and followers because of your strong social media presence, what would that do? And if you're able to learn the mindset strategies and skills to gain clarity and confidence, what would that do for you? So I want you guys to kind of share in the chat, what would that look like, and what would that do for you? So Jennifer, and so these are, I guess, really quick questions. I'll comment, but yeah, content curation. Yeah, that's true. It is a type of content curation what you're doing with theme pages, and by real U.S. followers, I mean just real accounts from the U.S. to grow your page, and you get a lot of solicitation, asked to put you on their page. Um, and then you're saying, how do you find network shout outs? So that's something that, like I said, you're gonna have to DM pages or see what shout outs that they offer, what pricing that they offer, and that's how you find different shout out account prices. And let me see. Yeah, and I'll answer more of that later as well. So I want you guys to kind of ask yourself, that would allow my business to exponentially increase, especially since my goal is authentic connection, connecting my followers, staying in touch with them. Cool. Yeah. So I mean, if you could learn these strategies, it would definitely help you increase your influence and your followership, right? And so after 5+ years, I finally cracked Instagram codes, helping you grow your following and exposure. Before it took me 10 months to go to 10K, but with this program that I'm going to share with you guys, I guarantee that you'll reach 10K in 90 days. And it doesn't matter your niche or your background. And you're also going to learn the tools and strategies to boost your engagement on Instagram. So if that sounds like something you want to learn, type yes in the chat. Let me know if it sounds something that you'd be interested to learn more about, which I'm going to be share. Cool. So we have, yeah, Naru, Jennifer, Adrian. Everyone said yes. Said yes. Connor. Cool. Cool. So let's see. So you guys can, so there's two ways, right? One way is a hard way. You could try different growth strategies to grow on Instagram, right? Which I've done over the past 5 years. I've tested a variety of different tools and methods to grow and boost engagement. And I've spent countless months trying to learn what works to go viral and what doesn't. And I've also interviewed social media experts on how they're able to use social media successfully for their business. And so this program I'm going to be introducing to you guys is going to work even if you're not sure how to grow your following, even if you're not sure what type of content to post, even if you're not sure how to attract ideal clients, even if you don't have a good camera or equipment, or even if you're an Instagram newbie. And so this is a story that Think and Grow Rich, you're 3 feet from goal, right? Some people, they were so close, to making it, huge, and that might be for you. Your business might be so close to exploding if you get this social media strategy right. Especially during this pandemic, and you learn the right tips and tools and strategies to grow it. And you guys are, that close to hitting the gold mine, or you could give up and actually miss out on this opportunity to grow your brand and use social media to grow it as well. And so, which one are you? So I want you guys to type in the chat. Are you guys the type on the top who keeps trying, or the one on the bottom who just tries but gives up? You could type in the chat and say, you could just write top or bottom. Which one are you? So we have people for sure top, relentless top. Are some of these skills applicable to YouTube platform? So yeah, these are all questions we can answer later. So top, it takes patience. Yeah, that's what Gary Vee says too, right? Patience. And this is patience for me as well. I mean, we're all in it together. And so I have my own story on that too. Cool, cool. The journey. That's about the journey and like learning as you go. Um, so myth busting, right? There's some myths. People think, man, I have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars like Gary Vee, Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone to do what they're doing. And that's not true. You don't have to spend like as much as they are. Obviously, you think, man, I need to have like I need to be a millionaire to be able to build my brand, and spend like five, 6 figures. Obviously, yeah, if you want like one-on-one work with me, then that's probably what it would cost. But in this program, which is a group style of coaching, you don't need to invest that type of money. Also, you might think I need to be super successful before building my personal brand. That's not true. And I need to spend all day on Instagram to grow. And if I don't post every day, I won't grow. So these are kind of some myths. Even if you post every day, it doesn't mean that you're going to grow. And like I said, you're going to need these networks to help you grow, to be able to get the exposure and attention that you want. And so all you need is a willingness to learn and implement the strategies and tools that I share with you in the Instagram Builders program. And so yeah, if you guys are willing to learn and implement, type yes in the chat. So I know you guys are following along. Takes journey, teach. Yes. Cool, cool. Jaw. Can we all be in a group? Yeah, so if you're selected to be in this coaching program, you can yeah, we will be in a group for those who are serious about it, right? Not those who are just dabbling. So yeah. So cool. So this is the Instagram Builders program. This is what it's going to look like, and this is a 9-step launch to building your online presence to stand out from your competition. One is your vision, your why. We start with that, and then we go into inspiration, right? Who do you find inspiring? Who can you follow after and mimic their content? 3 is your profile bio and content. How do we format that so it looks good? 4 is growth. What are some growth strategies and tools we could use to grow you? 5 is engagement. How do we increase the engagement on your account? 6 is community and networking. How do we build that community and network so we can build together? 7 is your offer and your DMs. What kind of offer do you have to people that you could sell to them and have them to buy from you, and so that you can make a living online, instead of having to go to your 9 to 5, or maybe replace your 9 to 5 income with the coaching program online that you build for yourself. And 8 is sales and practice. Learn how to sell yourself, learn how to interact with people and give people what they want. You're not selling people what they don't want, you're selling people what they want. And that's what we're going to help you build. And then opportunities for PR, like if you want to get featured on Yahoo Finance, Future Sharks, all of that. Those are things that we can help you with as a part of this program too. So this is what the 12-week coaching program will look like. One is identifying your vision, your avatar, finding people to emulate, redesigning the bio. So this is a really kind of comprehensive 12-week program that I made based on everything that I know from the past 5 years, and you guys are getting that in 12 weeks. What I've learned over 5 years, you're going to get in 12 weeks. And so obviously the price on that, you can't put a number on that, but this is what I want to help. And this is to help those who can't afford to pay five to $15,000 a month growing their Instagram. Some people don't have that budget to do that, and that's why I created this program, to help people who don't have that amount of capital to invest into their Instagram, but still want to grow and build an online presence. And the benefits of the program: you're going to get 10,000 followers by the end of the 90 days, or your money back. You're going to get a private Facebook group and weekly Zoom calls. You're going to get insider tools and tricks to grow your page and engagement. And you're going to build a digital presence. So when people search up you online, they're going to know who you are, and they're going to know, what you stand for and what you're about, right? And so there's a digital impression before your first impression, right? And digital impression is people's view of you before they meet you in person. And it's so important to develop that, because that is what's going to help you for your business and for everything else that you do, because that's everything stems especially nowadays, everything stems from that digital impression. So if that's the coaching you sound interested in, type yes in the chat. If this is something that um verification we also do for people, everyone does here for a living. So yeah, everyone here is, everyone, like some people have their own, clothing brands, some people have their own businesses, things like that. definitely. Cool, cool. Oops, expanded that too quick. Cool. And this is a testimonial I want to share with you guys.
Hey, I'm Nicholas Bailey, the CEO of the Billion Dollar Brotherhood, the #1 men's-only mastermind, and the only one on the planet that focuses on the 3 core dimensions: health, wealth, and relationships. I just want to create this video for my friend Raymond On. He's been helping my Instagram for, I think, about almost 2 years now. It's pretty
Looks like his account got kicked or something like that.
It sure does. Hopefully he gets back in. Harmony, if you're the host, he may have a hard time getting back in unless he has his own link.
He'll be back. What a bummer. That's tough.
Yeah.
That was a good. I know that was going to be a fire testimonial too. I know Nicholas, and that guy's a freaking beast. He's the next and better version of Tony Robbins. Legitimately,
right.
that
I'm
guy's
sending him the link. He doesn't have the Zoom link, unfortunately, so I'll just text it to him.
Oh, there you go.
I'm down to 2%.
And hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey, did Ray leave? I had to step out for a second.
So Ray, we must have gotten kicked from our connection. So I'm just sending him the Zoom link so he can rejoin the meeting.
Oh, okay.
He might be in the waiting room, Harmony, that you might need to
No,
let him in.
there's no one in the waiting room right now.
He'll be joining in a second. Just sent him the link. He didn't have it.
Okay, should I I don't know, I know he made me the host. Is that, oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah, I just joined, so I guess I don't know what happened. I think I got kicked off. Let me see.
Yeah, it's just probably a network error. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, so that's probably never.
You're just about to get into the good stuff with Nicholas's.
Yeah, testimonials. Yeah, let me go ahead and share it again. We'll start. Wait, I think Harmony is the host, so I think. Do you know how to enable screen sharing, Harmony?
At the bottom, click on share control and you can say manage.
Okay.
Multiple people can share.
Wait,
Yeah.
should I make you the host again, Ray? Or am I still the host?
Yeah, I think you're still the host. So you
So
can.
share screen?
Yeah, you could just make me. You could just make me the host now and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I just changed it to you.
For sure. Sure. Thanks. Cool. It's a lot. cool. I think it still says, Harmony. It says on you. Cool. So you guys can see my screen, right? Yeah, it's still good now. Yeah, I think it's good. Cool. Yeah, so this is the program. Like I said, I think Nick was. Oh wow, that's so weird. I think that slide somehow got uh, cut off as well or something. This is not it. That's not it. It's this one. This is yeah. So this is a quick testimony. I'll go ahead and share it since you guys weren't able to. I think is this the. You should be able to hear this computer sound. Yeah, here you go.
Hey, I'm Nicholas Bailey, the CEO of the $1 Billion Brotherhood, the #1 men's-only mastermind, and the only one on the planet that focuses on the 3 core dimensions: health, wealth, and relationships. I just want to create this video for my friend Raymond On. He's been helping my Instagram for, I think, about almost 2 years now. It's pretty wild now, our relationship, how it's cultivated. And I remember just a few years ago, I was speaking on stage at an event. It was about 4,500 people, and it was crazy the amount of investment and the connections that it took to be able to get on that stage. I remember going out and connecting with people and just feeling like my social influence and what I'm doing and how I'm impacting people online is not reflecting what I'm doing from all of.
Oops. so yeah.
Hey, I'm Nicholas Bailey, the CEO of the $1 Billion Brotherhood, the #1 men's-only mastermind, and the only one on the planet that focuses on the 3 core dimensions: health, wealth, and relationships. I just want to create this video for my friend Raymond On. He's been helping my Instagram for, I think, about almost 2 years now. It's pretty wild now, our relationship, how it's cultivated. And I remember just a few years ago, I was speaking on stage at an event. It was about 4,500 people, and it was crazy the amount of investment and the connections that it took to be able to get on that stage. I remember going out and connecting with people and just feeling like my social influence and what I'm doing and how I'm impacting people online is not reflecting what I'm doing from all of my hard work. I remember meeting with Raymond one day and I finally humbled myself. I remember a bunch of people, for years I was looking for how can I grow my reach? How can I grow my influence? How can I grow to be able to help more people? I'm putting out the content. It's changing people's lives. And if it was 10x or 100x or 10,000x, how much more impactful would that be? I remember after years of searching and thinking I could do it on my own and thinking I could try to use the right hashtags and all these things, I finally humbled myself and I made the investment to be able to go out there and work with Ray. Though it wasn't a small investment, which I don't think it should be, it was a big investment. Where your money is, your heart is also. And I just all of a sudden saw our focus and energy go that way. And it's so wild now. We're right around 70,000 followers, reaching hundreds of thousands of people every single week. And it's so interesting to see the hundreds and hundreds of comments come in and the amount of people that have now engaged with what we're doing. Not only that, I feel like our social presence is finally matching up with our message and the people that we can actually reach. So it's been awesome from, one, actually having good engagement on a page. This isn't something that he's helped us build a bunch of fake followers that aren't actually engaging. But on top of that, it's been phenomenal for the prestige of the opportunities that it's brought our way as well. So one, his content strategies are absolutely phenomenal. I even just took notes on things he told me today, even years down the road, that I'm consistently learning for because he's a practitioner of what he teaches and he's built millions of followers himself. On top of that, the doors that he's opened for us to be able to collaborate with other people so that we can actually exchange that followingship so that we can consistently reach more people. So if you're looking at what Raymond's doing, you want to grow your influence, grow your personal brand, grow on Instagram, grow that podcast, to be able to grow that influence altogether and make a bigger impact in the world in a way that it actually grows your business, I recommend going 100% all in. Go ahead and make the investment. Again, there's nothing else. I literally tried to do this for years and wasn't able to figure it out. And he was the one who was the expert that was able to crack the code. You may be an expert at what you do, and people trying to do it on their own are not doing that well either and probably should hire you. Same thing. You should go check out Raymond's stuff. Thanks, Ray.
Cool. Yeah, so that's one of the testimonies that I got working with Nick. And so, you guys said that you would commit, right? If you learn how important it is to build your personal brand. So I want you guys to repeat that again, either to yourself or to, obviously you're in a room, so you could share that with, you don't have to say that out loud, but say it out loud in your room at least. And, tell yourself, if you know how important it is, are you going to commit to building your personal brand to increase your income, impact, and influence, leave a legacy? And right, this is more than just about making more money. Obviously you want to make money, and who doesn't want to make more money, but this is more about leaving your legacy, making an impact, And working with people like Nick, people who want to make an impact in the world, who want to share their message, not so that they could be like, oh, look at how great I am, but it's like, man, how can I really change someone's life through what I'm doing? And so if that's someone that and if you don't have a personal brand, it's going to be a lot harder for people to listen to you, because they're going to be like, why should I? A lot of people offer what you do. Why should I listen to you? And it's because you have that personal brand built, and because how to use that brand to share your message with people and to make a positive difference in this world, right? And so that's so once you guys have said that, just write I commit in the chat again, say I commit, or I've committed to learning and building, right? And so let me see if you guys have written that in the chat. Commit. I know how important it is to grow your brand. Without it, you are talking to no one. Yeah. And so Adrian himself, he's a great, like he has his own personal branding, but he's different from other marketing agencies just because he has his name behind it, and people know him for him, and they work with him. So he's not just another digital agency. He's actually the guy behind it. And so and people like him, you do need to build a brand, because if you're not, then it's like, why are you, why should they work with you and listen to you when you don't have your brand built online and they don't know what you have to offer, right? Um, and so this program is not for you if you're the type of person who does not commit and you don't put in the work to achieve your goals. This program is not for you if you're the type of person who makes excuses of not having enough time and money to achieve success. And this program is not for you if you're the type of person who isn't coachable and stubborn to only do things your way. And this program is not for you if you're the type of person who wants to stay comfortable and not act instead of using this time to grow your presence online. And this program is also not for you if you're the type of person who wants to do it alone. And this program is for you if you're the type of person who puts in the work and you're committed to your growth, both personally and with social media. This program is for you if you're the type of person who's coachable, willing to invest into your growth and success. This program is for you if you're the type of person who wants to learn the top strategies and tools to get you ahead of your competition on social. This program is also for you if you're the type of person who wants to be the best in your field and dominate the competition. This program is also for you if you're the type of person who wants to grow with other like-minded entrepreneurs to grow your business and online presence together. So, if you just were able to, learn how to overcome your fear of creating content so you can create engaging and viral content to attract ideal followers, would this program be worth it? You guys can type yes in the chat as I'm going through this. If you were just able to learn how to grow targeted followers using the tools in this program, would this program be worth it? And if you just were able to learn how to close more clients using social media successfully like I have, would this program be worth it? And if you just were able to get to 10,000, followers with a swipe up and stand out from your competitors with your Instagram and brand, would it be worth it? So I want you guys to type yes in the chat if it sounds like that would just, if I just learned any one of these, it would be worth it. If people buy from those that they know, like, interest, they know. Yes. Well, yes. Connor's like, well, yes. And Jennifer, she's committed to learning and building as well. Okay. And everyone else in the chat, are you guys, if you just were able to do this from this point, would that be worth it? You could type in the chat. Naru says yes. Yeah, people have no like interest. True. Oh yeah. Cool. So yeah, you guys are clear, right? This makes sense to you. Are committed to your success on social media, are willing to do whatever it takes. And Gary Vaynerchuk, smiling at you for taking action. No matter how small of an action you take, keep going because you are taking action. And this is what he says on the now of Instagram. Anybody right now who isn't spending a disproportional amount of time trying to figure out the hashtag culture, the Instagram ad product, organic Instagram posting, working with Instagram influencers is making a huge mistake to not set their business up properly in a 2018, 2019 world. We haven't even seen the real revenue coming from Instagram yet. It's a beast, and it is the current social network. So that's what Gary Vaynerchuk said. And for someone who spent a disproportionate amount of time on Instagram, this is true. So these are some of the success stories we've had. Chris and Eric Martinez, they've grown to 50,000 followers, and I'm going to be working with them to help them gain another 10,000 followers this month. Meet the Freemans, we help them grow from, I think, under 5K to over 15,000. I'm going to be helping them grow as well. Patrick Antrim, who's on the Forbes Council, we've helped him grow to 13,000. We're gonna help him get to 100,000 next. And Zealet, who's Vita system coach, she's coached 500 plus therapists. She's also someone that we've worked with. And so, like I said, there is the one-on-one coaching we do, but also I'm opening up this group coaching so that people can experience this and experience what it's like to build a brand to 10K and learn the tools to do it also themselves. Obviously, not by tens of thousands, but at least by 500 to 1,000. So these are some of the tools I'll be sharing with you guys in the program. Let's see. And so this is pretty much the value stack. If you kind of stack everything that this program is worth, this is how much it comes out to be. My knowledge from growing years of growing millions of followers, that's worth well over $10,000, especially what I've invested to learn. Access to private engagement and growth groups. These are groups that you don't get access to unless you have a personal connection to them or about them. That's $1,500, worth more than that probably. Access to a course once the 3-month coaching is over. That's $1,000 value. The course is going to be sold for at least $1,000. Expert interviews with top level influencers. That's $1,500 to book a time with these people that I've interviewed. They charge probably over $1,000 to even do that. And access to my network of accounts to help grow your page to 10K. Just getting that access and growing your account to 10K, that would cost around $3,000. And so if you look at that, most people cannot afford this price, especially during this time. It's a total value of $17,000. But I have a special founders offer because you guys are on this call, and this is a 90-day coaching program. I'm not going to offer it for $17,000. I'm breaking it for 1/5 of the price for $3,000. That's 1/5 of the price you'd be getting for all the knowledge I've gained for 5+ years of growing Instagram and how you could use it to blow and explode your business. And so you're going to get all the benefits, knowledge, and growth that will come from my coaching to grow your social media and brand presence online. And, I even have payment options available, and so this is like the best thing that you could do to blow your business up with social media. And the start date is 16. We already have people registered. And so, if this is an offer that you're like, man, like I want to make this work, and I want to learn this so I could grow my business and 10x my results and 10x my growth and 10x my income, then this is the program for you. So I'm only going to take 10 to 12 people. And this, like I said, this is only if you're committed to learning, right? The reason why you pay for something is so that you're committed. And obviously I've given a lot of free information, but who knows what's going to go down the line 3 months from now? Who knows if you're going to grow an extra, for sure. I know you're not, for sure, you probably won't get to 10,000 followers on your own in 3 months, right? And so that's why, I'm opening this spot for those committed. And, there's a Q&A session I'm going to have. But like Warren Buffett says, by far the best investment you can make is in yourself. And that's what I've done. If I haven't invested like tens of thousands of dollars into myself, I wouldn't be able to ask this of you guys. But this is for those committed to learning to growing your Instagram to 10K, learning the strategies to grow your brand and influence, and basically, taking advantage of this time to build your brand online. So this is the link for my application. You guys can take your phone out and take a picture of it on your phone. Go to your camera, and then you could just if you just scan that code, it'll take you to the application for my Instagram Builders application. And you guys can go ahead and fill that out if this is a program that sounds worth investing in for you. And obviously Jennifer is let me admit Jennifer real quick. And like I said, this is even if you're just like, man, like that's a lot right now. It's like I said, there's gonna be options that we can work with you on. But this is gonna be, like I said, if you're not willing to invest into yourself, into your business, then don't expect yourself to grow and be ahead of your competition, because your competition right now, they are investing into social media. They are investing into growing on Instagram and other tools. And that's why they're going to be, ahead of the pack. And so this is an opportunity for you guys to learn. Obviously, you guys have learned a lot today, but this is for those serious and committed to growing and taking their Instagram account to 10,000 followers, real people in the next 90 days, and learning the tools to be able to help them grow as well. And let me see. And I'll be taking some Q&A. So if once you guys let me know if this works, let me know if you guys have scanned this and it's working. Type in the chat. I scanned it. So just see if the scanning works on here.
Ray, I got kicked out for a second. Do you have a website or a link if we can't scan it?
Oh, because you're on your phone. Yeah, so if you just DM me on Instagram, Ray.on, I could send you that. But it's also, yeah, if you just DM me, I'll do that. And then also, this is also a call. If you guys want to do a one-on-one call, since you guys have stayed to the end, I'll buy you guys an hour of my time, or at least 30 minutes. And obviously, I don't usually do this, but if you want to schedule a one-on-one call, you could, take out your phone, put your camera, scan this, and or DM me. And this is only for those who have been on this webinar, have stayed to the end. I'll give you a complimentary, 15 to 30-minute consultation on your Instagram, so we could see what you could do. This is my link to schedule a one-on-one call with me. And this is the link, like I said, for the builders application. So once you guys have filled out this application, I'll reach out to you. And then also, if you fill out the one for the one-on-one call, we could schedule that and talk to you one-on-one as well. So this is, if you guys don't take advantage of this, you guys are, I charge, hundreds of dollars for just even an hour of my time. You guys are missing out on like a couple $100 worth of value if you don't even take advantage of this right now. So so do that. I'm doing that just for you guys, because you guys have stayed till the end. I don't like wasting my time, like you guys don't either. But for you guys who are committed and have stayed till the end, I want to say thank you, and give you guys 30 minutes of my time to book with me. Okay. So like I said, this is the builder's application, and this is, like I said, $17,000 value, probably more, but it's 1/5 of the price. And the next time I offer this is probably going to be worth more than 3,000 for this coaching program. So start date is in a couple weeks, so it is pretty soon, and we are getting people to fill up. So yeah, let me know if you need the link. Obviously, you guys have your phone. You could do that and fill that out. Let me see. Let's take a pic and DM you for the one-on-one call. So the one-on-one call, you don't need to take a pic. You could just scan it on your phone, and then you could just schedule a call with me. But then yeah, definitely for yeah, and you could DM me on Instagram. I look at my DMs, so I'm able to. And Connor says you'll have your application next few hours. Awesome. And so yeah, this is, like I said, people who are committed to growing their business using social media. And so I'll take some questions now. You guys can either unmute yourselves or ask me any other question. And obviously there's gonna be I'll type it in the chat, but I do have a free email list where you guys can stay up to date on emails, and I'm gonna be stuff like that. But yeah, let me see. Yeah, do you guys have any other questions? Any questions?
I have.
Yeah.
Hi, Ray. I have a question. Thank you for that presentation.
Sure.
I have two questions. One, and I saw it in the chat earlier, do some of these tactics or techniques also work for like Facebook or YouTube, or is it specific for Instagram?
Yeah, so these tactics work mainly, for Instagram, but there are things that work also for LinkedIn and also TikTok. And I think you're asking for other platforms. Does it work? It's mainly for Instagram, but if you want like a YouTube, influencer, like a YouTube expert, we can get them on. And like I said, we're gonna have experts come in and teach. So people who have built millions of followers on TikTok, YouTube as well. So this is mainly to get you to 10K on Instagram, but we can also have other people who are specializing in their fields to come and teach too.
Nice.
Okay. And the other question I have is part of a struggle is just figuring out content. So I'm just curious, is this program like you guys teach us something and then we go apply it, or do you guys kind of do stuff with us or go into our accounts or like stuff like that?
Yeah. So we're gonna teach you like the strategies to pretty much grow your account too, like on your own, like with some of the tools that we give you. So yes, some of them, do require logins, but the way that we're gonna grow to 10K is my network, right? It's not just, so you don't need To grow to 10K, just 10K, you're not going to need to input your password and things like that. You know, but as far as like knowledge and skills, like some of these, you know, tools, they work with the algorithm too, but they're gonna, yeah, and so they're gonna help you to grow and increase your engagement and things like that.
Okay, so it's not like a do it for you program. It's like a teach you.
It's a done
do it
with you.
for-
So yeah, it's done with you.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's-
Great.
yeah, done for you is I have that as well, but that's more for like that's
Big
yeah.
businesses.
Well, I mean, like people who could, you know, afford to spend like 5 to 15,000 a month on their growth.
Yeah.
So
Great.
that's,
Thank you.
Can't do that yet.
yeah.
I have
So,
to run, but thank you, Ray.
sure, sure, yeah. So and you could reach out, like I said, as well. And then Connor, you got a question or?
I did, and it slipped.
Okay, no worries.
uh,
You said you filled out the application yourself. You're doing that?
I'm gonna be filling it out in a few hours.
Sure.
But oh,
Naru, you have any questions, or I'm gonna have to get definitely a lot more people. You have a question, Adrian? Yes. What's your question?
Yo, so my question's probably pretty lame, but I'm just curious on a page like your tattoo page or
Mhm.
the Addicted to Success or any of that stuff. Like again, it kind of comes full circle back to what my first question was monetizing. Are you using those pages to monetize like your personal profile? Like how are you monetizing all of that effort you put into those?
Yeah, so there's a couple ways of monetizing, right? So when you have like a large account like that, you know, I used to have a tech page, and then what I did was you know, I was basically able to grow it to like 200,000 followers, and then I would be getting, you know, DMs from people like promote my, you know, technology product. It's almost like a magazine, like a tech magazine.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So like affiliate deals.
Yeah, there's affiliate deals you could do. Once people grow to that size, they open up their own store. And so they can even open up their own store and then sell their own products like through drop shipping. So I used to have a drop shipping store, and I would sell I would sell products like that online. You know, through Instagram alone, I was you know, able to make sales by going viral. And so yeah, people make money through that. And then also, yeah, affiliates, shout outs. I want to say they also make money through opening up their own stores. And then
Okay.
also just, yeah, those are the main ways. If you're like a theme page, if you're an influencer, it's like brand deals,
Yeah,
sponsorships.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that answers that question. I'm just curious, like in some of the more niche stuff like the tattoos, like how do you monetize a tattoo channel, right? Like I had the channel I told you about that was the Husky channel, it was Siberian Huskies,
Yeah.
and it was a bunch of dog lovers, right? That's the audience that I had. And so I had BarkBox that sent me free bark boxes every single month, sometimes twice a month for like 2 years because I had 28,000 Instagram followers, right?
Yeah.
So that wasn't really monetizing it. I mean, those bark boxes, I could have lived without them. It wasn't like I was spending a ton of money on pet supplies anyway, but it was cool to like get that box every month and then take a picture of it and post it on the profile and like,
Yeah.
you know, help them with the audience that I built. But I'm just curious, like some of those other unique ones, like if I were to go out and start a channel about, you know, drawing or playing the piano or, you know, things like that, like how do you find those gold nuggets to be able to monetize that and generate revenue from stuff like that?
Like for like you're asking like how would I have monetized like a Husky page, you mean?
Yeah, like a Husky page or a tattoo page, things like
Yeah.
that.
So I mean, obviously, like there's ClickBank where you could look for affiliate products, right, and monetize
Yeah.
that way. But like, so BarkBox, what I would have done is like, hey guys, like I feel like I could drive a lot of traffic to you guys, and you know, obviously, can we work out an affiliate deal where I make a percentage of every time I promote your products, you know? And so
Okay.
that's one way. And then you know, you could also monetize just by I mean, shout, like some people might be like, hey, can you feature my Husky on your page? Like shout me out.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, when you're like on 100,000 to 1 million follower page, then that's when you would want to do that. But you know, I would say, yeah, that was that would be a great way to monetize. But what I
Makes sense.
realized over the years is like it's really hard to make a lot of money just through affiliates unless you have like tens of millions of followers, right? And you're driving tons of traffic. And so
Yeah.
know, what I would have done if I were you was like make your own Husky products, like build a store and sell like products for Huskies.
That's a
And
good
then sell
idea.
that to your audience, you know.
That's a good idea.
Connor's
Yeah, I
laughing.
like
He's
that.
like,
Well, my wife has a company called Crunchy Cottage where she makes elderberry syrup and like, you know, organic wellness products and stuff, detox baths and all
wow.
that fun stuff. So I'm thinking like, okay, how could I build a social media profile around the tribe of women that she already has kind of following her, but even reach just a massive amount of those types of women, because there's a lot of them out there, and create a profile and then drive them back to her website to increase her sales, right? All organic growth. So that's a kind of like where my mind was going with it, and why I
Yeah.
was trying to understand it a little bit better.
Yeah, like you could schedule a call, and then I'll
Yeah.
definitely we'll chat and we'll see what we could do, with
Sweet.
for your profile, and then yeah, I mean it works, and mainly I was doing this presentation for personal brands, but what I'm going to teach, I mean the coaching, and I'll share with you too, was going to be like the tools you could use for any profile,
Nice.
that's what
Okay.
I'll do as well.
Cool.
But yeah, hopefully you guys got some value, like Harmony, were you able to learn some stuff that you might implement for your page and
Wait,
things?
sorry, Ray, it cut out. What did you say?
Were you able to learn something that like you found was valuable, things like that?
Honestly, I thought this was really good information. I liked how you provided like everything that you thought that we were thinking, because it was on target. Like you told us like this is what you might be feeling or thinking, and it was really actually true.
Yeah. What were
and I
some of
just-
the things you were thinking? Like, I guess you're
like I was kind of like, oh well, what if this, or what if I'm not reaching the right people, or what if like people don't like what I post, or they don't like what I have like to say.
Yeah.
But like you mentioned a really good point, that if no matter like what their idea is or what they feel like, that's not really the goal. Like the goal is like to spread information that you find valuable. So like if people don't like that, like you can't control that. Like you can't please everyone,
Yeah.
and that's not your job to. So
Yeah.
I just really like that you mentioned that too.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So yeah, you could schedule a call with me, and also, we could just chat. I mean, I know Harmony, she's from church and stuff, so it's cool. But yeah, I think that's a huge cross Adrian has too. Back in, that's cool. Yeah. So Connor, yeah, did you schedule that one-on-one call? At that,
Again, I'm gonna
Okay, good.
scan that real quick.
Yeah.
I'll schedule it later, just because I
Yeah.
want to get moving before I get snowed in. It's
Where
like
you
what?
located? Where you at? It's
I'm in Canada, in Alberta, Edmonton, and there's now 7 inches of snow on the ground.
wow.
And I
7 inches.
live just outside the city, so it's like but I got a Jeep, so we're
I see.
fine.
It was raining here in Buena Park. It was a bit of rain here.
Are you California?
Yeah, Orange County.
Orange County, nice, cool.
But yeah, just reach out, and then I have a Facebook group as well I could share with you guys. But yeah, thanks for hopping on, and we'll be in touch with everyone here.
Thanks for the
Thank you,
info,
Ray.
bro. It was
Cool.
great. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.